ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਦੀ ਆਰਥਿਕ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਵੇਜ ਸਬਸਿਡੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ, ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ, ਔਰਤਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਫਰੀਲਾਂਸਰਸ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ, ਚਿਲਡਰਨ ਐਂਡ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਅਹਿਮਦ ਹੁਸੈਨ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਰੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਕੌਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ।
The fact of the matter is we moved really quickly to provide support to Canadian families, to Canadian workers, to Canadian individuals, the vulnerable, homeless individuals, and so on. The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, has clearly indicated that those who are not covered by the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, we will look at ways in which we can cover them. So that work is ongoing. We've made a lot of announcements to cover many people, but we will continue that work to see where the gaps are and how we can cover those people.
Is there anything coming up specifically for the international students? We know they have not contributed in the economy so far, like $5,000 they have not made so far, but in the coming days, in the future, they will be contributing in the economy. So any specific announcements coming up for the international students?
As the Canada Emergency Response Benefit stands now, if an international student did work last year and made a minimum of $5,000 and was working this year and lost their job because of COVID-19, they would be eligible. So there are some international students who would be covered by the current rules. But as I said, part-time people who work part-time, other regular students, people who are now working who make less than what they would make under the CERB, all of those people are people that the Prime Minister said that we have to look at because they're not right now being covered by the CERB. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that we will go back to the drawing boards and see what is the best way to cover those people as well. The fact is, we want to make sure that each and every Canadian is supported throughout this process. This is a difficult time for everyone, but we promise to have the backs of Canadians, and we're delivering on that promise. We've increased the Canada Child Benefit by an additional up to $300 per child. That will put more money in the pockets of Canadians with children, Canadian families with children. We've also increased the GST tax credit to give the lowest income Canadians a bit of a boost, $400 additional money for each individual, and also $600 for each couple. And then you know about the wage subsidy, up to $847 per employee per week, and of course 75%, up to 75% of the wages of the employees. So that's a very significant help for businesses. And the last thing I'll say is that many organizations in our community are non-profit organizations as well as charitable organizations, and we have extended the wage subsidy eligibility also to that sector, which is a big boost and help for them as well, as we try to get the wage subsidy executed in a few weeks.
We understand government is trying to help each and every sector, but if we look at the seniors, the concerns are growing for seniors, as we have seen string of deaths in long care centers and elder care homes in the previous days.
Yes, you're absolutely right. We're very concerned about the welfare of seniors. One of the best ways to help our senior citizens is to assist and improve the capacity of the organizations that are serving them. The non-profit organizations, the charitable organizations, the faith community organizations, which are also charities for the most part. They are the ones who really serve the most vulnerable seniors, and they have asked us to help them stabilize because they're also going through a lot of difficulties. They've seen their donations drop in a dramatic way. They've also seen their volunteers being reduced. So they're asking us to help them so that they can help the most vulnerable. And they've asked us for a stabilization fund in the billions of dollars, and we're looking at their request to see how we can help them.
And is there any announcement further coming up for the pensions which seniors are receiving?
I can't speculate on what's coming up, but what I can tell you is every single day we are working hard to make sure we deliver help for Canadians. We're working really hard to keep Canadians safe, to protect our frontline workers, And I want to, by the way, take this opportunity to thank all the frontline workers who are helping us in this critical time, all the healthcare workers, all the truck drivers who are delivering essential supplies back and forth to our communities, all the folks who are helping with transportation, with working in the supermarkets, all the people who are helping us to provide us with food at this difficult time. There are many people who are stepping up. The job of our government, in addition to delivering direct support to people, is also to help those organizations who are doing the work that is so needed now more than ever.
Minister, we understand the government is doing its job and they are helping people in every measure. But the steps which government have taken, if you look at the Quarantine Act, don't you think these steps have been taken much later? Otherwise, because around 2,000 Canadians, they have entered in Canada and they were only handed out the brochures of the guidelines to follow them. And there was no one to keep a check on them whether they are following it or not. And we have seen increase in cases every day.
Well, actually, it's preliminary data. The government released the modeling data, and to be honest, there's some early signs of hope. If you look at British Columbia, if you look at Alberta, you're seeing that the trend is downward. Yes, there is, of course, concerns with the overall growth in cases in Ontario and Quebec and in other parts of Canada, but what we can do, what each and every one of us can do, is to keep each other safe. So what we do today, literally as individuals, will determine the speed or the slowness of the spread of COVID-19 in Canada. So if each one of us tries as much as possible to work from home, and if you really have to leave the house, to keep a 2-meter distance from the next person, if we really practice that, we will slow down the spread of COVID-19 dramatically. Of course, government also has the role to keep each and every one of us safe and healthy, and we're doing that by procuring and obtaining a record amount of personal protective equipment, hand sanitizers, ventilators, and also encouraging over 8,000 Canadian companies to produce those items domestically. So we're doing both, while at the same time asking people to practice social distancing and physical separation by following the advice of the healthcare officials. That is the best way we can fight COVID-19.
Well, Minister, thank you so much for all the updates and coming on PTC and wishing our viewers happy Vaisakhi. Stay safe.
Thank you. And I also want to remind everyone that April is Sikh Heritage Month, recognized by the Parliament of Canada. And I want to wish everyone a very joyful and happy Vaisakhi.